Welcome to this explainer. We're going to dive right into what is honestly one of the most frustrating dilemmas that modern business owners and technical founders face today. Managing your company's data, your leads, your workflows, that is literally the heartbeat of your business. But finding the right tool to actually do it, well, it usually feels like an impossible compromise. Today, we're exploring LiveShuffle's 20 CRM, and we'll see exactly how it's reshaping our expectations of what a modern CRM should actually be.
If you're running a business, this is definitely going to hit close to home. Are you just totally exhausted from having to choose between extremes? Like, do you pick a system that's super easy to start with, but it's so rigid that you outgrow it in, 6 months? Or do you go for that massive, hyper-flexible system that requires a certified developer and takes half a year and tens of thousands of dollars just to get off the ground? It's ridiculous. Finding the perfect system to manage your growing company just shouldn't be a lose-lose scenario.
Which brings us to Section 1, the legacy CRM trap, or being stuck between spreadsheets and giants.
Look, when you're a lean startup, throwing everything into chaotic spreadsheets like Notion or Excel, yeah, it's easy. It works for a minute. But as you scale up, it turns into an absolute manual nightmare. You just can't manage it. So what happens? Companies decide they need a real system, and they jump to giant legacy enterprise software like Salesforce. And boom, suddenly you're hit with exorbitant costs, you're spending your entire day just fighting the tool to make it fit your specific process, and honestly, the worst part, you're stuck in absolute vendor lock-in. So let's look at Section 2. Meet LiveShuffle's 20 CRM, the third option.
LiveShuffle's 20 CRM introduces this massive paradigm shift, and there's a quote that really hits the nail on the head. It's a platform you can build on, not a product you configure. So what does that actually mean for you? It means the platform is completely reshapeable as you go. You're not just, toggling a few predetermined settings in a boxed product. You are actually building a flexible ecosystem that wraps around the exact shape of your business.
Okay, so who really benefits from this kind of shift? Well, it's absolutely perfect for technical startups with big ambitions, the ones who have totally outgrown those chaotic spreadsheets we talked about. It's also built for large enterprises that are desperately trying to escape the rising license costs and those rigid constraints of Salesforce. Plus, it's a total haven for privacy-conscious organizations that need end-to-end data control. Oh, and go-to-market teams needing an edge? They love this. They can build their own unique lead scoring and outbound workflows without suddenly hitting a paywall or some arbitrary feature limit.
Moving right along to Section 3, build your custom data model, defining your unique business structure. Here's where it gets really good. You are no longer forced into preset boxes. With 20, you can create completely custom objects and use over 20 distinct field types to build out a data model that perfectly, and I mean perfectly, reflects your unique operations. You can define custom relationships between literally any objects in the system. And for your developers out there, it features a developer-first API with both GraphQL and REST endpoints. Since it's built on a modern React and TypeScript stack, your team already knows how to extend it. No need to learn some clunky proprietary language.
But hey, a CRM isn't just about storing data, right? It's about making that data actually useful for your team. You can seamlessly switch between table views, Kanban boards, and calendar views to track your pipeline. Think about how this impacts your daily sales team performance. Because they can use custom and/or logic filtering, sort by multiple fields at once, and save their custom views, your sales reps spend way less time digging around for information and a lot more time actually closing deals. It's a real game changer for daily productivity.
All right, Section 4, automate with AI and workflows, putting your business on autopilot. Now we got to talk about the AI. AI agents in 20 work autonomously right inside your own permission model, doing 3 major things. First, they can answer questions directly based on your CRM data. Second, they can automatically enrich records without you having to lift a finger. And third, they can execute multi-step tasks. Because they operate inside your data model with real permissions, they're effectively acting as an autonomous assistant, just constantly moving your business forward 24/7 without you having to manually input a thing.
And beyond the AI, you have this incredibly robust structural automation. Go-to-market teams can build their own outbound workflows using triggers like record changes, scheduled events, manual actions, or even incoming webhooks. And the best part? You can automate literally any business process entirely without writing a single line of code. You just map out the logic, set your trigger, and let the platform put your business on autopilot.
Which leads us to our final core topic, Section 5, total ownership and control, the zero lock-in anthem.
Let's be real, the legacy enterprise reality is a total trap of vendor lock-in. You're constantly having to justify these massive license cost increases to your board. And honestly, your data just feels like a hostage inside a closed ecosystem driven by proprietary code. It's the worst.
On the flip side, Live Shuffle's 20 CRM gives you total data control. It's built on an open-source core, it's fully self-hostable, and it lets you export your data anytime you want, period. There is zero lock-in here. You actually hold the keys to your own kingdom.
And for all the privacy-conscious organizations out there, maintaining that full control is remarkably simple. Get this, you can run 20 on your own infrastructure with a single Docker Compose command. One command. You get updates on your own schedule, and you own your data end-to-end. So whether you're doing it for regulatory reasons, contractual obligations, or just out of pure principle, self-hosting your CRM has literally never been this accessible.
5 minutes. Seriously, that's all it takes to get set up. Whether you choose their cloud version or decide to self-host it on your own infrastructure, you are looking at incredibly rapid time to value. You aren't waiting around for some agonizing 6-month onboarding project anymore. You are up and reshaping your CRM in minutes. So, that brings us to our final and honestly most important question. Are you ready to reshape your CRM and finally take total ownership of your data? Because if you're a business owner who's just exhausted by expensive, rigid enterprise software, or you're a startup bursting at the seams of those chaotic spreadsheets, this third option is finally here. Stop settling for tools that dictate how you have to work. Start building on a platform that actually scales with your ambitions. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I hope it gave you exactly what you need to take back control of your business's future.